Hello everyone, hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. Please stick around, join us. It's really nice around here. Become family as well. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. How lovely to have you. My name is Porsche. I am a mother of two. I am currently working in Taiwan and I stay with my kids there. I'm gonna say two of my kids, as if I have more than two. Actually, two is quite a big number, but it's fine. Anyways, just a short disclaimer, you guys. I blink a lot. It's involuntary. There's nothing I can do about it. I do at times try to squirt my eyes like this, but then I end up looking funny. Or maybe if I do focus on controlling it, I then lose focus on what I wanted, you know, to say. Basically lose my train of thoughts. So yeah, I am going to be blinking. Just know that I will be doing my best to not blink. Anyways, normally you'd find that I'd be cooking on this channel or vlogging. Today I'm doing none of that. However, I am going to be starting a new session, which is basically giving you guys information. As I said, I live with two of my kids. I live with my two kids, yeah, better, in Taiwan. So today I'm going to be giving you guys information on what documentation you need to prepare if you are someone who's in Taiwan already and you want to bring your kids over or kid over, or if you're someone who is in South Africa, someone who has secured a job already and you want to bring your kid or kids, you know, over here with you. So all right, you are going to be needing 11 things. So if you do have a pen and paper, please do jot them down, but be aware also that you have to double check with the embassy, you know, before you file your application, because you know they can change at any time. They might require additional things that I do not, you know, that I did not here mention. So make sure that you check with the embassy just to make sure that you're on the clear and you have all your documentation, because nothing, trust me, nothing beats them saying to you, please go back and fetch this, and you'd already spent a lot of money traveling to Pretoria. So yeah, make sure that you check with them. I will be linking their email address at the description box down below, so please do check that as well. I will be looking down a lot because I've gone ahead and made notes so that I do not leave anything. I want you guys, like, I care about you guys. Honestly, I care about you guys, so I want you to get, you know, the best of the best, you know, the creme de la crayons. Anyways, let's start. Number one, your kid will need to have an unabreached birth certificate. If your child was born, I don't remember when the abreached birth certificates were phased out, but yeah, if your child was born around 2010, because that's when my daughter was born, so you might have, he or she might have an unabreached birth certificate. So you need to apply for an unabreached birth certificate. I will be making a separate video addressing the unabreached birth certificate. Let's say that if your daughter or your son's unabreached certificate only has your information and not the dad's, I'll also be telling you what other documentation you might need to produce at immigrations when, you know, you're leaving the country, because at the embassy they will take an unabreached birth certificate that only has your information, but you might find some problems at immigrations like I did. Some people passed immigrations with a birth certificate that only had their information without any problems. You might encounter problems like I did, so it's just best, you know, to be armed basically with all the documentation that they might ask for. And also I'll be giving you guys pointers as to how you can go about doing an insertion, whereby you go to Home Affairs and you ask them to add the father's details in the unabreached certificate, so that it becomes a proper full unabreached certificate with both the mom's and the dad's information there. So that was number one, an unabreached birth certificate. The unabreached birth certificate must be authenticated. Okay, I will be making a separate video because a lot of the things or documents that I'm going to be mentioning here must be authenticated. So I'll make a complete separate video just telling you and giving you the steps rather on how to properly authenticate each document, because it differs as well. Okay, so that was number 1, which was the Unabreached certificate. Moving on to number 2. Number 2 is your child would need a passport. You will need a passport, and your child would need to have their own original South African passport, and also you need to make copies of, you know, your passport and your child's passport. They must be in color. Yeah, I think it's best they just be in color. So that's number 1. Now the passport must be valid for 6 months after travel. Okay, number 3. If you are married, you will need an authenticated unabreached marriage certificate. Check the video on authentications as well. Okay, number 4. You will need your child's immunization card, vaccine card. It must be authenticated as well. So number 4 is an authenticated immunization or vaccine card. Your child's immunization or vaccine card. So that's number 4. Number 5 is your child's authenticated health report form. Now the health report form you will get from the embassy. I will also do a separate video telling you guys how to fill it out rather, and also where to do the measles and rubella vaccines. I'll also be giving you pointers on that one as well, and how to authenticate it as well. Okay, so number 6 now. Number 6, you will need your 3 months bank statement. Now your bank statement must be stamped by the bank. If you're in Taiwan as well, you can just go to your bank and ask them to print out a bank statement for you, and they have to stamp it with a live stamp. Okay, number 7. You will need 2 passport photos, identical passport photos that are color, that have been taken against a white background. They must be 45 by 35 millimeters for them to be accepted at the embassy. All right, so you might want to just, you know, print out more photos, maybe 4 or 6. I know that if you go to, what is this, is it Kodak or my office, they print the visa photos in 6s. So yeah, that's a save. Number 8, you will need a flight booking that will show your departure, your child's departure from South Africa, and their arrival in Taiwan. That is a must. So you can only book. Okay, somebody is coming in. Come inside. Okay, so a flight booking, yes, showing departure and arrival in Taiwan. Moving right along, number 9. Number 9 is for people who are already in Taiwan. If you're already in Taiwan and you have an ARC card already, you will need to have it notarized, and to do that you can go to a court or a lawyer who is a public notary, and then they can notarize it for you. Basically, you just have to scan the ARC card front and back, and then they will stamp it, basically notarizing it, and then you take that with you to the embassy to do your child's visa application. Number 10 is for people who are outside of Taiwan in South Africa already. You will need to have a work permit, a notice of work permit. Now your kids or your dependents details must appear on your notification of work permit, and you need to take that to the embassy as well. Okay, moving on to number 11, which is basically the last thing. You will need a visa application form. Now the visa application form, you can get it online. You can get it online. You can just search Taiwan visa application form. The website is visaweb .boca.gov.tw. I will link it on the description box down below. I will be making a separate video telling you guys how to fill out the application form, and you know, how to choose the entry and whatnot. Now I need to go back, I forgot something with regards to number 9, which is your ARC. If you're already in Taiwan, please check that your ARC has more than 6 months in it if you want to apply for a resident visa for your kid, because if it's less than 6 months, they are going to be only able to give your children or child only a visitor's visa, which is valid for 2 months. You might find that they are willing to extend it after, you know, every 2 months. But what I noticed with my kids, it was just chaotic. It was just chaos everywhere. My sons, and this is just me trying to think of the reason why their visas were treated differently. My son's unabreached certificate, sorry, has my information and the dad's information. My daughter's unabreached certificate only has my information, but we were able to have documentation that shows that we had applied for an insertion, but basically they did not take that into account because they did not even ask for it. We only used that when we were leaving South Africa, when immigration asked for it. So they were then given visitors visas that were valid for 2 months, but with my son's visa we could extend it. But with my daughter, she had to exit Taiwan, and then we had to apply, you know, we went to the Philippines to basically do a completely new application. They would give her 2 months, and then after 2 months she has to exit again, and then again we have to file a new application, and that was exhausting. It was draining. I don't wish it on anybody. So please, if you are in Taiwan and you're planning on bringing your kid, make sure that your ARC card has at least 6 or more months still on it, still valid for 6 or more months basically. Okay, please be on the lookout for the following videos. One that is going to be telling you, giving you steps rather, on how to authenticate each and every document that I have mentioned here. Basically, the documents that you need to have authenticated are as follows: your unabreached birth certificate, your child's, your unabreached marriage certificate if you are married, and the health report form must be authenticated. Let me see what else. Yeah, I think that's just about it. Oh, your ARC. Your ARC has to be authenticated as well, notarized basically. So I'll be doing a video on authentications, and I'll also be doing a video on the unabreached certificate topic. Let me see, as you know, as we progress, I'll think of other things that I need to share with you guys, and then I will just keep posting. I'll keep posting. And another thing, I'm going to be shooting the authentications video directly after this one. So if you see me still wearing the same top looking like this, honey, just know that, yeah, it was taken directly after this one. And yeah, okay, so I hope that was informative enough for you guys, and I hope it helps you and you're able to file for your child's visa application with success and with ease. Yeah, less stress. You know, sometimes I feel like the people who go through things first, they get all they experience all the bad things, and then when you pass on the information, you're basically saying, okay, no, I did things wrong here, so please don't do them like I did, or do them like I did because they worked actually. So it's that thing. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you watched until this point, please share the video. Please share the video, like, comment, and also subscribe. Tell me where you're watching from, when you're thinking of coming over to Taiwan, when you're thinking of fetching your kid, when you're staying, JS out. How, guys? Anyways, how nice of you to watch until this far. Thank you so much appreciated, and lots of love.